Integrating Dynatrace into your Spring Boot application requires very simple steps of just adding some environment variables into your Spring Boot applications. Once you have done this integration, you will be able to see all your Spring Boot apps come up in Dynatrace. You can see all of them. You can see how many times they're executed and what is the response time for each one of them. Along with getting this data, you also have access to being able to look at the hotspots and see where the time is being spent in your code, whether it's executing your code, it is waiting for some logs, or if it is the network IO. You can see all of that information here. And you can also see if at all there is any database contribution. So if your app is making any database queries, what is the contribution of your database? You can see that for this particular service, it's the connection acquisition. So it takes a long time to acquire the connection to the database. That can be fine-tuned. So that is why Dynatrace is showing it to you as a top finding here. Along with this, you can also drill down into each individual transaction. So for this service, this one particular transaction is making 3 database calls. You can look at the timing of all of them, what were the threads that were actually executing that, and drill down into the code level of each one of them, like where did each query get executed and how long did it take for each method to execute. So you have all these details. But along with giving you information into each and individual transaction that happens within your Spring Boot app, Dynatrace also gives you an intelligent platform that can analyze all this data for you. So you don't have to go in and take a look at each individual database query. Dynatrace looks at all of them, tells you how many times each one is executed and what is the response time for each one of them. So the count and what is the contribution is done for you. So that way you can figure out which ones are the most expensive queries and then go and optimize them. The same thing with your CPU. So what are your most CPU intensive methods? Identify them, go and optimize them. That takes away the pain from being able to find a needle in a haystack. Dynatrace does that for you. The platform is intelligent enough to find anomalies in your code and give you the root cause of any problems if there are any.